right here. Here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up. That's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dum, dang. So it's all good. Right here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up. That's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so hey folks, how you doing? Welcome on in. It's Friday, thank God it's Friday. How we doing? Dana, how's it going? Good to see you. Who we got? B Bubstead, Marky Mark's here, Mav's here. Good to see you too. Tom, what's happening? Howdy doody. Good to see you. How are we all doing, guys and girls? Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Right. Continuing with our neck. We've got this guy sorted out. I'm waiting for some mother of pearl not mother of pearl. I'm waiting for some blue and green abalone to come in. I've got some there, but I'm short a few, so we won't be doing that today. But what I will do is I will trim up this fretboard, and I will probably start the carve. No, actually, I've got to slot this first, then trim it up, then start the carve. We've also got this guy that we're going to give a coat of oil to, because we want to make sure the burst is going to come up the way we like it to. So there's a couple of things we're doing. We've got faux binding testing right there. So I've done a little bit of faux binding testing. It looks like it's going to come up. That colour's a little bit on the light side. I need to go a bit darker on the edges and lighten up as I go into the middle. This guy here, though, we've got our burst on there. It's pretty light. What I want to do is put some oil on there and see what that looks like. So we're going to do that right now and put that aside while we wait. And then we can continue with the other things. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Where are my glasses gone? Here they are. Let's see what I'm doing. I hope you're well. What's everyone up to? Excellent, Dana. Keep going. You'll get there. Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, yeah. I think you're gonna. Right, you're right there. It's gonna soak that up. Big deal. Which is fine because A, I need to seal it, and B, I need to see where some of those fine marks are because it's so. The color doesn't show me all the marks. I have done a lot of fine sanding on the top. Let's go back down and see where we're up to. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Good to see you. So let's get started on this guy here, shall we? I'm going to pop some oil on here and see what that looks like. So let me grab the can of oil. I just want to give that a light coat and see what it does to that color. I suspect the burst may not be dark enough, but I don't want it too dark. I just want it very simple. Let's just put a coat on and see what happens. It should darken substantially with the Danish oil. It should really darken it, but we're going to find out in a minute, aren't we? Absolutely we are. Let me grab a little bit of rag. Let me cut that out. Let me grab myself this guy. Grab a glove. And this should look 1,000 times better with a little bit of colour on there. Okay, pop this up here. Let's give that some colour. Just work that in. I just want to get, the burst is pretty much almost gone, I'd say. I won't be able to tell until it dries, but we might have to reapply, which is fine. Or not, we could probably leave it like this too. I did want a little bit of a burst, but let's see how we go. This is Dana's favourite colour. Am I right, Dana, to say that Purple Heart, you have a soft spot for it? Just rubbing that in, giving it a good drink, just to see what that colour looks like once we get that guy all dollied up, as they say. What do we think? Looking good? Oh my. Calm yourself. Ha! You like that? It's not bad, right? It sort of comes up okay. Now you can see, you may not be able to see the burst. There is a very slight dark tinge all the way around, and that's the effect I wanted. Just really light, like a shadow, more than a burst. And it's, you can just see that, and that's perfect. I don't want it too dark than that, so I'm going to leave that as it is. But that's going to be a nice finish when we get that finished up and oiled up. Let that drink that little guy. There's a little dry patch here. You can see there's dry patches everywhere. I'm just going to rub them down. Just go back to the bench. I'm just going to get this even, because as Tom says correctly, it is drinking all that up. So let's give that a good wipe in there and work that in there. We do want it to drink it. We want it to get it in there and seal that up. And it highlights little scratches, etc. There's a couple of little scratches in there I can work out. A couple of little marks here and there, but that's okay. We tidy up this as we go. I'm just going to make sure that gets a good drink. And it's looking pretty good. Not too bad. So we'll put that guy away. So there it is there. Okay, so you're starting, that colour's going to be pretty good. Let's throw the neck on there. Have a little look at what that looks like. Let me throw this glove off. Put that in the bin. So that neck is this guy here, and you'll really start to see it pop once we get that neck in there with that binding. So you can see the dark colour and that light binding really, really striking. Starting to come up. Nice. Right. Purple Heart. We love Purple Heart. Top's got a bit of a burst too. I'm going to give that a little bit of oil as well, just to keep it consistent. Give that a little rub with this little guy here before I throw this in the bin. Let's give that a little rub. Just a tiny little dab. Get that headstock looking nice and purple. Look at that. Very nice. We like that. Leslie, what's happening? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Let me throw this out. Okay. This is tell you, I do like the way this neck looks. It's something else. I like the fixtures. I like the purple heart dots. They're looking really good. And that feels really good too. So that's pretty much there. So let's bring that together and have a little look-see. For those that didn't see it earlier, the Leslies of the world, in other words. Okay, so there's our oil. We've got a little bit of oil on that purple heart cap. We've got some oil on the headstock. There's the colour now. It's nice and consistent. It's a nice dark looking guitar. Love the white binding. The maple binding really sets it off. It will look fantastic once that body's oiled as well. So let's put that aside. Let's get on to the neck. Continue working on that telly neck and get some stuff done there to it. You like that, Leslie? Good. Yeah, it's drinking it up, Tom. It's really drinking it up, but that's what we expect. It's going to take at least, I reckon, to get a reasonable semi-gloss, it's at least 6 coats. 5 to 6 coats. We probably don't want it too glossy, but I'll decide as I go. Sometimes they look better. Sometimes they look better when they're satin or semi. So we'll see how we go. Let me pop this can away. And I'll grab that body, that telly body. Sorry, the telly neck. Let's work on that. This guy here. So what we did last time is we popped in some dots. Now I don't have enough dots. I have ordered more, Terry, to your surprise and your joy. I've ordered more. What I'm going to do is take these guys out like that, and we're going to slot this guy and cut this up to size. Maybe even start a carve. Let's see how we go. Let's get this going quickly though. I'll keep these aside because we can use some of these, and obviously augment them with the additional stuff that we get from our order, which is on the way. Let's pop those away and let's get started with this guy here. Okay, what we need to do is slot this guy before we cut anything. Why do I slot it now? Because the sides are square, so we can run a square across there and get that cut the way we want it. So let's do that. We need our square, we need our saw. This guy here. There's a little bit of warp that we had straightened out. Okay, grab a little support timber under there. So, and we can begin down here. We've got our edges lined up. We just want to score that. That's the 0 fret. This is quite hard. Very hard. So we have to persevere here. So we get that right. There'll be another line down here for the nut. slide in there. That's the first fret. Fret 2. Once I score these, I'll grab the other blade with a stopper in it and I'll cut those right down to depth. Just making those initial cuts first because it makes life easier. Now this is really, really hard, so this blade is quite soft and it doesn't cut all the way through the way I want it to. So I'm going to use another saw, but I want to get the marks in there, the fine lines in there first as a guide. The pilot slot, if we like to call it that. So, and then we'll be able to cut properly across there. Willie, what is happening? It's your lucky day. What's going on? What's so lucky about it? You're just, every day's your lucky day. Am I right? You've got Van Walen with you, so of course it's your lucky day. It's probably his lucky day too. Just saying. And all those fish in the pond, it's their lucky day. You threw some grain out there, some fish food. They're probably thinking, this is our lucky day. You went reaching down behind the cushions and found some more coins from Waylon's pockets and you said, this is my lucky day. Rock hard. This stuff is really hard, but it's okay. It's got to be. On to 7. Teddy bears. What's with the teddy bears, Dana? You're not getting all girly on me now, are you? Getting those fine lines in. Then we're going to finish off with the saw, get it to the right thickness, and we'll be able to cut that up and carve this guy before we fret. That's her emote. Okay, fair enough. See, please, here's looking up your old address. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Let me get rid of this ad. Dismiss. Willie likes doing necks. She's the neck girl. She likes the Shinto action on her neck. Let me show you something. We just oiled this guy. For those that missed out, we gave a nice coat of oil to our little Purple Heart L6. So you can actually see the colour and the little burst that I applied to it now. Just highlights and accentuates that carve a little bit. There's the purple of the Purple Heart. Looks good. It's a nice colour. And we need to just get that even. So I've just given it a seal coat just to show you the colour. We've still got to finish the sides, etc. And get that all done and dusted. But I thought you'd like that. You like the Shinto action. You do. I know you do. It's the Shinto thing. You've got a thing going for Shinto. Let's get back to this. Getting these scored out nice and straight. Getting ready to get the Sheffield fret saw on there. Sheffield steel. That's good. Down to 10. All right, 12 coming up. My hand's cramping up a little bit. Give that a break for a sec. Catch up with the Chatteroomy. What's going on here? 7 minutes ago, Dana with 500 bits. What is going on? Willie with a resub. Thank you very much. Seabilly's with a resub. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. Great stuff. Comes in small packages, I think. And Dana again with a resub earlier on. That's great. 30 months at T1. That's pretty good. You guys are rock solid support. Really appreciate it. Keeps us going. Appreciate it. The internet is a pain today. Terry, it was a pain for you on Monday as well, if I recall correctly. It's okay. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. You're back with sound. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Good. Terry, did I tell you that I ordered more abalone shell for the neck? I didn't have enough dots. I ordered another 100. That should do a fair few necks. About 10 actually. Rightio. Keep going. 14. Yay, more abalone. Yes, indeed. Haven't thought of that. Thanks, Terry. I'll do that. Yes, plug it in, whip it in, vip it out, and see what happens. We could have a whole body with an abalone pattern all over it. Well, you know, I'm getting to the stage where, if you remember Lisa's build, the cherry blossom that I did for her, Scylla, I think she called it. Is that right, Lisa? Scylla? If you remember that one, I do have another piece of burl like that. Coolabah burl, very rare, beautiful coolabah tree. Coolabah, C-O-O-L-A-B-A-H. It's an indigenous term which means fat-assed tree or something like that. I don't know what it really means. I just made that up. But yeah, it's a coolabah trees are quite cool, literally. Also cool looking. They've got a very round, fat, sort of swollen trunk and beautiful canopy. Coolabah. It's a good name. I like it. It's not rare, Willie, but it's in a burl. It's probably rare. In a burl, it's probably a nice piece. Not impossible to find, but not as easy as one would think. So you got a good one there. And I've got another piece like that. And although you did get the better one, I think, from a marking perspective. And what I want to do with this one is a plum blossom and use purple and black shell for the fruit and the flowers rather than cherry pink. A plaid guitar. Yeah, Rick Nielsen's got one. He's got I think he's got a Strat, and he's also got a Flying V, if I'm not mistaken. Tom, has he got a Flying V with polka dots, or with, no, not polka dots. I'm thinking of Randy Rhoads. He might have, no, it's not a Flying V. I think it's a Z shape or a Explorer shape with a plaid, with a check on it. Absolutely. And he could have a Strat or a Jackson or something like that, something a bit shreddier as well. He's got a couple, I think, with the plaid. And his goofy baseball cap. He's got hundreds. Oh, yeah, I mean, of course he's got hundreds. But the two that I remember the most, especially from the film clip Dream Police, he's got that plaid thing going. So, of course he'd have hundreds of guitars. He's probably got a collection of worth millions. And he's probably got some very rare or very famous axes in there as well, I dare say. Those slots in there, and then we'll finish off with the proper slot saw. This is just a guide slot, as I call it. Get those lines in there marked out, makes life easier. This is really, really hard, so we need to do this just to make sure we don't waver. did I do? A plaid one? Rage did a lovely one, didn't he? He got what? Saturday Mania a long time ago. Oh, a Flying V, you mean? Yeah, I did a Explorer. I've got the Explorer here for a refret. I've got the frets in. I've got to press them now, and I've got my new fractal press that's arrived. We could probably do something on Monday and show you guys. And also want to put a Damasio bridge pickup in that player's. It's a guitar I made 3 years ago, I think. And he needs a refret and a new pickup. So a bit of maintenance on that guy. Queensland Maple, really natural, warm, oiled body and neck. Queensland Maple neck. Queensland Maple, really nice, stripy grain on the body. And what else have we got? Black pickguard. And the rest is all natural, I think. It's got a maple fretboard, I think. It's quite light. Or is it a maple? No, actually, it's not a maple fretboard. It's a cypress fretboard. It's a little bit on the orangey golden side of yellow. Nice and brittle, nice and hard. But it was a nightmare getting frets in, I'll tell you. It's quite tight, the grain. But yeah, it's good. We did a bit of work reslotting it, cleaning the slots out about a week ago. And I've been waiting for my fractal press to arrive, and it has arrived. So I can use that to actually glue and press those frets in permanently. Okay, we're up to 19. We're almost there. 4 or 5 to go. 3 or 4, I should say. I'll show you the fret press. There it is there. For those that haven't seen one before, that is a fractal fret press. And how does that work? Well, it moves. It's got loose pieces that move around, and of course they can come in and tighten that curve, or they can flatten out and have a flatter radius. But what essentially they do is they grab a round piece of fret. Let's pretend that's the radius of the fret. They pretty much match the radius of the fret, and you can use them on the drill press, lock that in and press those frets in, press them in, bring the drill press down and press those frets in. So yeah, that's how it works. It matches the radius of any circular, to a degree, to a limit. Of course, it can't be too tight. That's as tight as it gets. But it would do most, 12s and 14s and 15s and 9.5-inch radiuses. It would do them nicely. So we're going to use that soon. Rage, have you got one, Rage? Have you got one of these fractal jobs? Jer has got a batch that he designed and made. This isn't from Jer, but it's a similar one to his. It's not exactly the same. I don't leave home without it. Absolutely not. It's hanging off your car key ring. You do and you love it. Excellent. Well, I'm yet to use it and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it makes my life easier and gives me a bit more control, especially on some delicate fretboards that I don't like really tapping too hard on. Like this one, for example. This is really brittle and hard, and if you bang on it, I don't want to chip it or anything like that. It's a little bit temperamental, let's say. So what's that, 19? So we're at 20 now. This is 19 here. $20. 21. 2 to go. Last fret. 22. There we go. Now I need to go and trim this off on the bandsaw, bring it back, and start working out, smooth the sides, get it flush, and then start planning and working on the carve. So we've also got this top bit to do here. Let's get straight into getting these edges done. So I'm going to quickly go into the next room and do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so we've trimmed this down. We've got the shape now. A little bit of a overhang, as you can see there. We've got to sand that square now and get those flush. That side pretty close. We'll get that sanded now on the sander. Let's bring that up here. Alrighty. You can see the faux binding that I've done there. An attempt at faux binding. A little bit on the light side, but I just taped up where that cap is, and I basically ran the border around there, peeled that line off, and you get a nice straight edge. And that binding is going to be a lot darker than that. We're going to go a little bit darker, and it's going to fade into a lighter, a nice blue navy or electric-y blue into the middle, fades into the middle into a bluey green. So it's going to be a little bit of a contrasting burst, but it should be nice once we get that going. Okay, let's get the sander up here, and let's get this guy going so we can sand that neck and start the carve. We'll get as much of the carve done as we can. Opa! Get this guy up here. Let me change over the camera. Here's a good look at what we're doing. There we go. Got to remove this spindle here. Put our other guy back in. What did I drop there? Washers, probably. That's okay, I'm fine. There we go. Goes in there like so. Okay, it's a washer. Where did that washer go? Let me get that washer. Here it is. Screw that down. Let's fix that. Okay. We're good to go. Let's get our vacuum stuck in there so we don't have dust everywhere. Let's turn the volume down so that Tom doesn't get his head blown off. I am the man. Am I? Probably. 5,000 for the hats off. Let's get the hats on. For the hats off. I think it's time for Buddy's hat. Seeing as my team, the Sydney Roosters, were kicked out of lost their semi-final series game. They're out of the tournament. They can't win it this year, but that's okay. We put the hat on, and it's the Buddy hat, as Terry will have you believe, and that's the reason why it's the Buddy hat. He likes to chew. 81 degrees in Sydney. It's beautiful today. It's nice and sunny. Good spring weather we've had. A little bit of a wind, a little bit of breeze. But anyway, that's starting to warm up, as they say. Let me turn this slightly this way before I turn off the volume, because this is quite rackety and noisy. Turning you down now. Turning down, 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 down. You can barely probably hear me. Barely hear me. Barely hear me. That'll be about let me tell you, this vacuum works pretty well. Not an ounce of dust, not much anyway. It's pretty good, and that neck was made light work of that. That's down to where it needs to be in no time. So now we mark out and we start the carve. I'll just wrap this vacuum, get that out of the way, move that across a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's move this guy. Up we go. There we go. Let's have a look at our neck. So we've got our neck transition nice and flush. Okay. Okay, there's no bumps or bruises. It's all flush, and you can see there's a little bit of a tiger stripe. That stripe really shows down the edges there. When that's oiled up, you'll actually that will pop very, very well. I'll give that a little bit of colour and show you what I mean. Over a bit along there, you can actually see a lot of that flame and those knots and little bird's eye things popping up in there. That grain, you can see the flame in that. It's quite detailed, as you can see. Anyway, it's time to mark this guy out, so let's do that. Let's flip over to the bench. Just making sure that's right. There we go. Get this guy out of the way. Pieces in there. Stuff out of the way. What have we got here? Another pearl. That came out of, probably from that box there. Let's pop that back in there. Fix all that up later. Okay. Right, this guy here, let's start with a center line. First things first. Get our center line done. Let me sharpen this guy. Got a sharpener somewhere. Let me use the sander. All right. We've marked our center line here at the heel. That's the middle. We follow the profile. Okay, there's our center line. What we need to do is take this guy here, and shape our headstock transition down here. We basically join the tangent of those curves, and it roughly gives us that sort of diamond head shake, head transition. All this will go, all that will go, leaving that shape. Okay, and the heel, you can actually see it looks 3D-ish, sort of. Hype train, what's happening here? Karen Day! My goodness. Resub, 36 months. Thank you, Karen. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, glad you're here. Look, Karen, I need to show you something. I know you want to see, so I'm going to show you. I'm I'm going to show you some Purple Heart that I've just given a coat of oil to show up the colour, and you need to see it. Look! Look at the purpleness. Isn't that beautiful? That's just one coat. It's drunk most of it up. But you can see. Oh my. It is. It's a bit oh my, isn't it? Let's just say it kind of whets the appetite. Does it not? Indeed. What's happening, Karen? Are you well? I hope you're really well. We are now marking this guy up. Here's our flamier, burning, fiery fretboard. Here's our boring neck. We're going to mark everything out now and get this guy going. So let's work on a heel for this guy. It is hard to work with. It's a nightmare to work with. Purple Heart. Let me tell you about. Okay. Let me tell you about Purple Heart. Purple Heart is very hard. It's brittle. When it's thin, it is very brittle. And also, it dries quickly. So it tends to want to crack. It is a nightmare to work with. It is a bugger to work with. I hate working with it, but it looks so good. So, that's the deal. And yet I did a top because I'm wired that way. You know how I'm wired, Karen. You know we don't think inside the square. We think outside the whole galaxy. We are out there. We are out there. Ha! I know this. You know this well. Indeedy. Let's go back to the bench, because it's my favourite place to be, on the bench. That's what she said. Let's get 3 inches of heel in here. It's basically that distance there, and that's going to fit into that pocket, which is what we have right here. Okay. Perfectly fits in there. So the other thing I'm doing, Karen, is faux binding. We're playing with colour. We're going to take that guy up, go a really, really dark blue, then this blue will hit this part of the burst. It'll get lighter and into a green in the middle, like a turquoisey green in the middle. So that's not binding, that's just dye. And I've just taped it up and it gives you a nice sharp line. So that's going to look quite effective. I'm going to leave the rest naked and native and raw, and just give it some oil and let that colour come through natural. You like this? I knew you would. I knew you would. That's why I had to show you, because I know you like these things. Now let me get a little triangle thingy-bob going here. So what I need is another inch of peak, about there. Join these up. Like so. And there's our shape for our heel, right? Now this will gradually cave away, and that will actually end up curving slightly to a nice curvy little cleavage, if you like, for the lack of a better word, cleavage. It's going to cleave into that little point. So there it is. Karen has very good feedback, absolutely. So she feeds back like an amp on overdrive. That's how she feeds back. Now we can start doing things to this thing. So we're going to get our round file, or our semi-round rasp, this guy here. And we're going to start cutting into these transitions here. Before we do that though, we need to get this guy done properly. So we need to measure halfway down here. And understand what that means. All this is going. Right? Transition this guy up here. So that's going to go up like so. Same on this side. Let's follow that around the bend. Like so. We know what we're slicing away. We know what we're keeping. And we've got to transition this curve down here like so. Like that. That means this guy, mark the tip of that guy to there, tip of that guy across here to there. And what do we have? If we move this guy up, from there, okay, this guy generally goes pretty much follows in an arc from that point to there. Again, this is very rough, but it's just to give us an idea. Okay. Is that right? No, it's not right. Rub that out. That's what we've got to carve away. That's what we've got to carve away. Let's go down that way, that way. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, that gets worked away. Okay. Same with this side. Let's mark the center line down here. Continue that down. Like that. We're going to validate that line by measuring things in a minute, but that gives us a rough idea. Okay. That should go to that point there from here. That. From here. Like that. So that goes. All this goes. Sorry, that doesn't go. All this goes in here, and that goes in there, and that goes, and that goes. Cut that out, cut that out. Same happens over here. Run this line down. Taper. guy goes like that. This guy goes like that. And that means all that goes, all that goes, all that goes, all that goes. We can now begin. Let us put this into, strap it down to here and get started. Clamps, Terry. How many clamps do we need, Terry? All of them. No, we don't need all of them this time. Stop saying that. We need a few. One there. Loads. Ha! Loads. We might need loads. I don't think we need loads. These two should be enough to stop that from moving. We get our rasp and we start these transitions here. Like that. Shaping. Joining in the middle. Following that curve to the point where it joins. Like so. Okay, you can start seeing how that headstock transition, that little joint there, starts to look. That. That's the starting point. Across here. And we have our basic shape. So, okay, flip it over. Done. Same on this side. Create that little cleave into each other. take a sneak peek. All right, let's have a look at what we got. We've got our transition there, the beginning of that headstock shape, right? We've got the beginning of that heel transition up to the thickness of the neck. All this is going to go. It's not that big, motorsports. It's pretty close, but it's going to get sanded. It's 8mm, and it's going to go down to about 6. It's going to go down to about 5. So we'll be fine. We'll get that radiused, and that'll come down. It looks bigger than it is, but it's about 8. Okay. So that's marked out. Let's get these bevels done. So we start, my usual technique is I take a 1/4 inch, blend that into there. And go a 1/4 inch this way. And it lines up with that transition nicely. That's got to go. Let's do the same on this side. Get rid of that, bevel those edges. Let's go with the Shinto. This is Willie's favourite part, isn't it, Wills? Shinto time. Grab the Shinto. Just bevel the edge. Nice bevel down there. Take that edge off. A bit more down here. Good. Flip it over. Do the same on this side where we've marked it out. Start light. Take a mild edge off, just round that edge over. Once you get that edge over and it doesn't bite into that corner, you can cut into that 45 bevel. Down to the line and down to across up here to the line. Like so. Very light work of it. This rasp is awesome. There we go. First bevel done on both sides. So have a look at that. Give you a look at the beginnings. Peace out. Thanks, Vibe. Catch you later. Shintos and clamps. Willie, that sounds like heaven. So there we have it. Okay, already starting to look like a little bit of a neck. So we've got our little transition in there where we're going to shape the thickness of that first fret. We've got our heel here, okay, starting to show up. We've got our beveled edges now. So we're going to round over this guy and thickness that and get it right down to about half that thickness. And that's what we're going to continue on Monday because I've run out of time. But thanks again, guys and girls. Really appreciate you being here and your support. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to come back a little later. One thing I want to do before we go, though, is I want to try this new colour called Royal. We've got denim, which is light. No, Royal is the colour I used before. Sorry, let me try another colour. It's called turquoise, not turquoise. Plum, not plum. I want something really dark. Leafy, that's green. Hickory, that's brown. Black is what I want. I want to try this black and see what that looks like, just on an edge on this guy here before we head off. So let me try that quickly because I do want to transition from a very, very dark colour. So I'm going to try that right now. I'm just going to tape up just a small edge here. And we're going to do a little bit of an experiment. So I cut a length of tape. We tape the main body where the seam is. And we just cover right on the seam. Like that, like that. Nice and tight. We want sharp edges and no leaks. Okay, like that. We press that down really tight, like so. I'll grab my little rag. I'm just going to try a little bit of this black. I want to see what it actually looks like because they don't always look the way they are meant to look. And what I want to do is darken that and maybe put the royal over it to get it a bit darker because this side is a little bit too blue for my liking. That's got to be more on the inside, not on the edge. I want the edge to be really, really striking. So black fades to dark blue, fades to light blue, fades to turquoise is the thing we're going for. Let me grab my scissors wherever they are. Lift this end here. Quickly give that a light touch with a bit of cloth and see what that looks like. Couple of drops, doesn't need much. Straight over the tape. Yeah, it's lighter than I thought, which is good. Because if I put the blue over it, it will make it midnight blue. Like that. Let me grab the blue and experiment. This is how we get the colours that we want. We're going to go with royal. And that should come up a little bit darker. Simply because that black acts as a base. That's perfect. It's a midnight blue now. There's a little blue tinge in there. You can see that's a dark, dark blue now, right? And that's what we want. So let's have a look at the results once we pull that tape off. If I did this right, it should be a clean line. Faux binding, I call it. Sharp as a knife. There we go. Beautiful. So that's the kind of thing we're going to do all the way around. I'll tape that completely, do the cap all the way around. Nice result. Yeah, it works pretty well. It works pretty well. And we're going to have that dark, it's going to go blue over the edge. A subtle transition straight into a nice light center right about here. Okay, that's it for today. Let me see who's on. I'm glad I tested that because that black just gets that blue looking really, really dark to the point of black, but just with a blue tinge, which is the effect I want. The electric or the royal blue is too blue, and we need a bit of black to darken it, just to subdue it. So that's going to work quite nicely. Let me check and see who's on. Dana, you like that? You like colours, don't you? I know you like colours. You're the colours queen. You love that stuff. Where am I going? I need Twitch. I'm just going to see who's on. Do the right thing when I can. Oh, we got Jonathan on Nerduino. Let's go to Nerduino. I haven't done him in a week or so. Raid. Nerduino. But there we go. I'm out of here. Thank you for being here. See you Monday. 3 days. Catch you then. Be good. Bye for now.